So we just landed LAX and then on our way over to home, then ascend from Alaska. And we have a surprise this week. A team member is joining back up again from Korea and I on a Monday. I'm the only one that knows. So I'm sure the team is going to be very excited to see who this surprise guest is. Thank you. So this team member is coming from Korea. I think I already gave too much. You know those topics that everyone has an opinion on? And because everyone has an opinion on, everyone's an expert. Now, to a certain extent, because we're all human, we generally have similar ideas. We maybe are qualified to have an expertise on it. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about effort. But can we agree, before we talk about effort and these hard topics, that the day-to-day, the everyday is enough for us to learn about our convictions, about life lessons, about things that we need to know in order for this life that we live to be productive and fruitful. You know, that we don't need spectacular events or unforgettable experiences to learn unforgettable lessons.
Chicken to a set, but then my mom was like, what about kunde? And then she was like, actually, what about jolly? And we're like, what?
Weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday come back. I'm gonna let the past stay.
Alright, dig in. So when I was younger, I thought that my effort warranted a return. I thought that I was owed something for my effort. And so when I studied, I thought that it was natural for me to get the grade. When I trained and I competed, I thought that it was natural for me to win. When I invested into relationships or friendships, I thought that it was only natural for that same effort to be reciprocated. And I'm not saying that I don't do that now. You know, I am susceptible to that kind of mentality. And so I have to check myself on a daily basis. You know, I think it was in my mid-20s though when I felt tired. You know, I had questions about whether or not this was the only way that I ought to live life. You know, should I always expect something in return? Should I always want something out of the thing that I'm doing? Because if it was going to get really tiring really fast. And I came across a Bible verse, and it was a Bible verse that I've read many times, Matthew 5:41, he who compels you to walk 1 mile, walk with him 2. It was during this time that I caught wind of 3 ideas, 3 different types of philosophies. Now, mind you, this is not the best way to, theologically or biblically go about it. And I'm not saying that I did, I'm saying at that time it just made sense to me. Yanagi Soyetsu and his ideas and his thoughts on what he called the unnamed craftsman. He believed that the best type of work, the most beautiful type of work, was produced by an individual that cared too deeply, so deeply about the work that fame and applause meant so little, near nothing. And then there was Zeami Motokyo and his thoughts on the peerless flower. He was a 14th century philosopher and playwright for no theater. And he believed that when an actor acted or participated or went on the endeavor of his craft, the moment that he wanted applause, fame, attention, that beautiful flower, that's the thing that he was chasing, the story, the storytelling, the acting, that beautiful flower will start to wither. There was also Mugi, which is a Korean philosophy, an aesthetic philosophy, that states that a craft ought to be done so naturally that there's no hint of it being made or being made up.
You guys are math guys.
No, yeah.
So guys.
horrible
Suck
at
it. Hello, everybody.
We have the Ascent logo, Ascent Judo team. That's right.
I can't. Oh, Isaac. Oh, okay. Oh, no.
No.
That one's good. It's solid.
Oh.
Wait outside?
Yeah.
What cheese pulled?
Worth all that money.
Oh, cheese pull.
Oh, man.
Bro, look at this guy. No cheese.
No cheese.
It's going. Oh, it's going. Oh, the biggest one of all. Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, open that up. Hurry up. Open that up.
Oh, yeah. Why am I holding
holding the cow. Umai! Mite kudasai!
A couple days ago, I stumbled upon Michael Beasley's interview with Shannon Sharp. Now, obviously, this is not the most philosophically charged conversation, yes? He was saying that he keeps his sword sharp for the sake of having a sharp sword. Not to use it, not to wield it, not to flaunt it, but to have. Let's say you never get to compete again. Will you still train judo? If you never get the grade, would you study? If that friend never contacts you, would you continue to contact them? Would you give more than you receive? But I'm also not saying to forsake competition or forsake accolades or forsake the grades. No, you should chase that which matters to you. But I think that which matters to you should have a grading system. It should not all be the same. Live in the craft for the sake of the craft. You do the thing because you love the thing. You love the person because you love the person. You care for the person because you care for the person. And I think that's a worthy endeavor. I think that for those of us who understand what I'm saying, it needs to be and ought to be a timeless and relentless pursuit. I hope that you guys had a great week this week. And if it wasn't, I hope that this coming week, it picks up. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you later. Bye.